Hey basketball players, if you are a bit taller and lankier than other players, this video may help you become a better shooter. Now, Boban Marjanović is one of the tallest players in the NBA. He's 7'4", his wingspan is insane, his hand size is ridiculous, and today we're going to be breaking down how Boban is able to shoot the ball. This is going to be amazing. If you're looking how to shoot the basketball better, this is the video for you, especially if you're taller. Let's get down and break down Boban's shooting form. So this is Boban Marjanović. He's absolutely very tall. And now let's look at his base. First off, he is on his toes. This is very, very important, especially if you're looking to have a quick release. Now, we're going to be moving up and looking at his knees. His knees are a bit ahead of his toes. Usually you would have your toes underneath your knees as well as your shoulders, but he seems to be leaning a bit forward. Now that's okay. Some players will shoot like that, especially if they are a bit taller. Now next, what we're going to be looking at is his shooting form. Does he bring that ball down into his pocket and bring it up? He doesn't tend to do that very often. He tends to just catch that ball and bring it up from his chest, which I don't blame him. To go from here all the way up to here is a massively long reach, and especially with shorter players like we have here, that guy's going to be hacking away at that ball, and it's not going to be looking all that great. But now we have Boban going up for his shot. Now let's check out what we have here. First off, if he can continue to shoot at a high percentage like I have been seeing from him, he's going to be extremely deadly, because you tell me who can block that shot right now. Seriously, who can block his shot? Nobody. But let's really look down and see how he's shooting. Obviously, we can't see for sure that there's no space between his palm and the ball, but we generally want to have some space between the palm and the ball. There is a little bit of a shadow there, so it looks like he has only his fingertips on the ball, and that's going to allow you to have more control on that ball. And we can actually see that right there as well. Next, what we're going to be looking at is his elbow. Now, to have really good aim, your shoulder should be in line with your elbow, which should be in line with the basket. And what we see here, that's not exactly what happens. His arm is a bit out towards the side. However, when he brings the ball up to release, that's when that shoulder and elbow get in line with the rim. His arm is not necessarily all the way out. It's because of this angle. His arm is more like this, so it's a bit on the angle, but that's okay when you're talking about somebody with that much length. He's going to be able to get it off his middle finger, which is what we do see here. And he does release with his left hand before he shoots that ball. He does not have a thumb flick. A lot of players do. Steph Curry is one of them. And of course, for some players, we don't want to have a thumb flick, while other players, it does work for them. So now from this angle, he catches that ball, and now we can really see all of the parts of his body that are in line. He has his shoulders pretty well square towards the basket. He has his right leg slightly coming in. Now, if you are a player, you generally want to have your knee bending forward. However, if you find that your knee is coming in, it may be okay, mainly because if you're a bit taller, you're going to be a bit lankier. Some parts of your body are going to be longer than others, and in this case, when you're this tall, your legs are going to be quite long. So this is generally, in my opinion, okay. We now have the fact that he shoots the ball from over top of his head. He doesn't shoot from in front of his head, but he shoots from over top. And that's something that I have mentioned in a previous video about how taller players shoot. You generally want to have, when you're shooting that ball, you do want to have a T between this thumb, and we do see that with Boban. However, when you shoot and you're a bit lankier and you're a bit taller like Boban is, you're generally going to be having your thumb in front of your forehead, but obviously a bit higher, because your arms are going to be a bit taller, or longer. And when that's the case, it's really hard to shoot from here For a player whose arms are super long, they're going to be really far ahead, and they want to try and minimize the ability or the chance of them getting blocked. And if they're shooting from up here, that's totally okay, as long as you can fit that thumb and pointer finger on that forehead from here. That's generally where you want to have that shot coming from if you're a taller player like Boban. And then when you release, you're going to have it flick off that middle finger. It's going to be a nice straight shot. And then what we see from Boban here is his release. He actually keeps his hand up there. He doesn't bring it down right away. So many players just pull it back right away. Now it does stay up there. I would like to see it stay up there longer, but he does keep it up there. That just gives you the follow through and the rotation on that shot. But let's see his footwork. When he jumps, he's jumping slightly forward, but he's staying and going straight up. Now that right leg does kick out quite a bit, and to me that is quite troubling if you were a lower percentage three-point shooter. You don't want to be putting all that much effort into your lower body, putting in the work. You really want to have all of that power from your legs transfer into your shot. But again, he is shooting at a high percentage, and I probably wouldn't be changing all that much on his shot. A couple of things that I would be changing is I would be really looking into having that knee not bend so far in, but also not having that leg kick so far forward. But that is just me personally. That is what I would try to change if a player would want me to change a shot or help them shoot at a higher percentage. And now from this angle, we can really see right here what I was talking about with that thumb and forefinger. If that was to come down straight down, that would be a thumb right on over top of his forehead, and that is perfect. This is how I would be really looking to teach a taller player how to shoot the ball. I hope if you're a taller player that this video helps you become a better shooter. If it does, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.